Good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to all of you. Today, we have with us our successful student of this recent July 23 examination, Dr. Varshah from 𝗙𝗵𝗲 State Medical University, and she has scored 170 in her first attempt. And heartiest congratulations, Dr. Varshah, and warm welcome to you. How are you feeling?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed. It is my first attempt, so I'm really happy. And thanks to Arise team, the faculty, they were very encouraging. They were very supportive throughout my journey.
Oh, first attempt, Varshah, like you graduated in March or something? Were you
Yes.
mid batch?
Okay. 2023 March, I graduated.
Okay, nice. And were this much of time enough for you? Like just you, I think you got hardly 3 months with you. Was it sufficient for you?
Yes, sir. I mean, it was not sufficient, but yeah, I just tried to cram how much ever I could do my preparation in this short time.
Okay. So basically, I think you must have started much earlier than, coming back to India and starting, right? So was your preparation there back in the university in your final years or your internship years, or did you come back here and start?
Sir, to be honest, I didn't start my preparations for the FMGE, but I used to study for my classes in back then in my university days. So I had the habit of reading books. So I had some knowledge. So with that, I tried to study according to the exam on the point of view of exam. So it was a little bit easier. I didn't start my preparations from there because I had this last minute, I had this documentation, my graduation and everything. So the time was very less in the last 4 months.
So it's a really great result actually with such a low pass percentage in the examination, you coming down in March and clearing this. This is an amazing story. Dr. Varsha, like how was your mindset when you started this? Like when you came back to India, when you knew there's something very big coming up, were you completely disconnected and focused on this preparation, or were you comfortably studying at home and relaxing and picking up towards the end?
To be honest, while starting, I was really anxious and I didn't know where to start. Really, I don't even know what subjects were there. So slowly, I started to, focus on what was important and the topics and everything. And with the subject that they were covering in Arise offline classes, I started to get familiarized with the concepts. And I usually, even before when I prepare for any of my classes or presentations or anything, I want to understand the concept well. So that is how I can write or I can approach any examinations. So that thing really helped me.
It's a very conceptual approach where you built up your concepts during the classes and offline classes. And which branch you were from, Varsha?
Chennai, sir.
Chennai. And how was your experience at Arise? I mean, when you came in the middle of the sessions, did you find it suitable to your preparation?
I joined in the middle, actually a little bit towards the end. I didn't get to attend many subjects there. So with what I have attended, to see with specific subjects, they covered almost all the topics. Like if you name any topic now, I can talk about it. So that confidence they created in me. So they covered all the topics, all the nook and corners, and how the examiners would ask the questions, how can we expect the questions, from where we can expect the questions, those kinds of ideas they put into us, seeing each separate subject wise. So that I found in Arise, it was very encouraging.
Basically the conceptual understanding that you tried to build upon, right? That was the most important part. And how was the exam, Varsha? What is your opinion about the exam? You must have written mock tests, grand tests, you must have solved so many MCQs during your preparation.
So about the point of view of the exam, each one find it different. Some people say grand tests won't decide our the main exam. Some say if you fail in the grand test also, still you can pass. When you just ignore what everyone see and how you see the paper. For example, for me, everyone in GT, I passed like 4 or 5 GTs. In Arise, in the 5 GTs, I passed in 3 GTs. So when it was demotivating, I would just keep it aside. So and then I would do something that would build confidence in me. And then in the main exam, I knew the paper was familiar. it was not like I was not stuck in the middle, but
Mm.
writing all of these GTs and solving PYQs and the questions in general, it just made me the paper was familiar to me. It was not new. So, but still, I was not confident since I didn't do many subjects. I was not confident. And when I saw the result, I was like, okay, fine. It was just like the GT, but you have to get familiarized with the topics. That was the one thing I would recommend everyone to do: get familiarized with the topic.
I think writing a lot of tests, lot of GTs makes you think faster on the day of exam. The concepts remain the same, the topics remain the same. How you think?
For 1.5, I mean, for 150 questions, I had 1 hour, 1 hour left. I finished my
Nice.
exam 1 hour before.
Nice, nice. Okay. And what was your basic preparation, Varsha? Did you like focus on particular subjects, or did you try to cover all 19, or did you leave out some subjects? What was your strategy?
My strategy, one thing was I did not want to leave any subjects because when you cannot complete full subject anyway, not only for FMG, in general, we cannot complete any subjects. So I thought at least the frequently asked topics or the PYQs or the image-based questions, case-based questions, I'll just go through it. I did not want to sit and mug it up, take notes, vigorous notes, or, like be in stressful learning. I just want to take the information in. And I just kept reading more PDFs on the specific topics, like from Telegram and everywhere. So I just put so much information inside. That was my strategy. I just put whatever information that I could inside of my brain. That's all.
And any specific subjects you put a lot of efforts on? Which were your strong subjects?
So my strong subjects were Ops and Gynae, ENT, Opta, and forensics and dermatology, radiology, ortho, so and so. Not the specific names and all. I didn't study that much, but yeah. And almost all the subjects I covered the important topics and the frequently asked topics. So that in that way I could find the concept more easier. Okay, fine. Like without having the tension in my mind, by being calm, I was able to take the information in.
So, what do you think? I mean, attending classes actually helps you ease out the subject, or do you think sitting and studying will help? I mean, did you find the difference because you have left some subjects, attended some subjects? Was there a huge difference in that?
Yes, sir. Yes, because for me, when I discuss something with someone, and if me and my friends, we all sit and study together, that would really make a big impact on my memory. So, and not only for me, and my friends used to correct me if I'm wrong. I used to correct them if I'm wrong. So, we all study from different resources. So, at one point, we all given more information, and a big, information stays in with us. So I would definitely recommend offline sessions for preparation for FMG.
So you went into that nice group of academic group that you could form in an offline session. That after the class you were sitting together in the classrooms, right, studying and forming that thought process with each other. Nice.
Yes.
And how was your experience at Arise Chennai? I mean, the offline center.
In general, the Arise Offline Center, I think that was the best decision I made for the preparation for FMGE. I thought I can take online, but I didn't find me sitting alone in my room and studying because it is very easy to get distracted. In offline, they gave frequent breaks. They understood when the students were sleepy, post-lunch sleepiness, everything the professors understood, and they just did what we wanted. Their motive was to not to finish the subject or to just do their job. Their job was to make everyone pass. They were all student oriented. They were very friendly. So, as far as I attended all the classes, I found every professor very, very much connected. If no one was rude or anything, because sometimes in the professors they would get annoyed if we ask some silly questions. But the professors in Arise here, they were very kind, they were motivating, encouraging, and they were really good with the students.
So did you use your class notes more, or do you had multiple resources to study from? I mean, did you, for a particular subject, did you use your handwritten class notes, or were you using multiple sources for the same subject?
As far as I attended the subjects, I used only my Arise notes. This was my primary resource. But for the subject that I didn't attend, I used to get notes from my friends. But notes everyone writes differently. So I just want some reliable content that I can rely on.
And how about your MCQ practice, Varsha? Like how frequently you used to do? Would you do it subject wise, topic wise, or did you focus on mainly on grand test?
To be honest, I was always doing MCQs. I did not scroll through social media. I did not scroll through Facebook or Instagram or anything. While I was eating, while I was in breaks, I was just I kept on doing MCQs because I didn't want to let go of the touch of the subject. Because if I lose it, for me, it was difficult to get the concentration back on. So I did not lose the touch of the subject. Right from the moment I woke up and before I go to sleep, I did something related to some subject, any subject, let it be. So anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, radiology, psychiatry, anything. I would just keep doing MCQs if I'm not studying the notes. I'll be studying or either I'll be doing MCQs. I didn't want to lose the touch of the subject.
And how important is to be, but were there any phases where you felt low, and how important it is to have a strong, friend circle, family supporting you during this phase?
Yes, sir. While I was preparing, actually, I was in a very low phase of my life with my family and everything. Financially, there were a lot of problems, but my only goal was to pass this exam. So I did not distract from it. I would get so low easily. I was very depressed, but the only thing that kept me going was this exam. Somehow I should try and pass this exam. If it is not, I'm not passing also, it's okay, but I should put my effort. I just did what I can do, what I could do. And while I was down, obviously my friends, and I have a sibling, she's also in ARISE right now. So my sibling, my parents, everyone helped me. I would eat nicely, I would sleep, but I was trying not to watch anything like series or anything because I would just go with that. So I just tried to, I know what gets me distracted. So I was off by that. And then I just
Really
concentrated
nice.
on what will keep me going.
Really nice. The way you had very less time, you disconnected from everything. You seen to it that your energies are in the right direction. You even you said during food and everything, you thought that you should not lose out the momentum and kept on looking at MCQs and the content. Like really amazing, Varsha. I mean that focus and that intensity has got you such good results and such so soon also, and that too in a difficult exam. And we wish you more success going forward. And Dr. Varsha, what is your suggestion to students in the university? I mean, they must be students in the 5th year, 4th year, going to write in future exams. Like, what do you advise them? Do you think it is fine to start after coming back to India, or is it better to start there?
Sir, for every student, the preparation will be different, and every student, their potential is different. Some people can prepare in 2 or 3 months also. Some people need some more time and for each subject and everything. And some people, they have to understand what is going on, like how to prepare for themselves. So if they have the confidence of preparing in a very short time, then they can chill there and come here and prepare. But if not, it is really better to start preparing 6 or 7 months before, because you will have more time. They'll have more time to revise the subjects and to take their proper notes and to put their full efforts in. So it would be better if they started early, but if they are fine, they can even start like 4 or 5 months before.
And Varsha, did you use any online resources? We were doing online classes for the foundation students. Did you part of any of the program there?
Actually, in January, I started with online classes, and then when I came here, I shifted to offline classes. But the test and discussions and everything, that was online, sir.
Okay. And the online classes that you were attending in the foundation, did they give you any insight before you come back to India? I mean, did they give you that direction when you're starting your online sessions in the foundation batch, or in the January to March sessions?
I actually attended only 3 subjects in that, sir. So it was in the beginning. So it was the beginning of the batch. So I think there was not much hustle about the exams. So they just told how much is the weightage for each subject and from where the frequently asked questions were there. It was just a general discussion. But as time went by and when the exam date was nearing, the exam hustle was more. But when in the starting, I don't think that much exam pressure was not there. It was just like, okay, fine, let's just study, and then let's go on to the exam point of view.
The approach changed after you came back to India, basically.
Yes, yes, sir.
And Varshah, what was your last month strategy? Like, it really gets very, overwhelming with the amount of subjects, the amount of content that you all study. What was your mindset going into test and discussion phase and fast track revision, and how useful were these resources at Arise, and how did you handle these last month of preparation?
So for me, this last 1 month was very important because I started my preparation very late. So I tried to cope up with the fast track. It was literally for me, it was the fast track revision. So I tried to cope up with them. But if I did not understand anything, I would ask my friends or anyone to explain me the topic, and then I'll do the topics again. It was not from the beginning, obviously, but the fast track revisions just made us easy with the topics that were asked very often. It was not from the basics, obviously. It was since it was a revision, they just told the important topics and everything, and I prepared separately from those topics.
And what was your mindset before the day of exam? Were you comfortable, or were you confident before going into, or there was a lot of anxiety, or you were settled that you were getting good scores in GTs? You were confident that you were going to do it.
I was confident, but what I found out was while writing itself, I was not confident if the answers that I'm marking are right. Because 100% confidence in one question was very little, like 30 or 40 questions only I knew very confidently. But others were like, okay, fine, this was a bit similar, but I don't know if what I'm marking is right or wrong. So, and after I wrote all of those GTs, those practice GTs, I got 170, 185. And I was like, okay, fine. So if the paper is familiar, okay, you'll get good marks. So on the day before of the exam, I just thought, I was actually very much tense and very much anxious, but I tried to keep my cool as much as possible.
Varshah, what do you think? I mean, are the mistakes? You must have seen many of your, students preparing for this exam. What did you feel personally? I mean, what are the mistakes that you would want students to avoid during the preparation?
So I would say important. Even I made those mistakes, so I don't want my peers to do the same mistakes. Main two mistakes, sir. One thing, writing notes which is apart from our classes. The first time they are studying and they're taking notes, that is fine. But in the revision time and when the fast track revisions are going on, that time writing notes was a waste of time, because that time we have to get the information. We don't even have the time to see our notes after that. So in the last minute writing notes, I think it was not a good idea. And then easily getting distracted by our phones, our social media, and watching movies and everything. So these two mistakes, if my juniors did not do, I would really see them pass easily, very easily.
Nice. And all the best, Dr. Varshah. It's nice talking to you, and we're really happy and proud that TSMU has been a very close university to my heart, and it's been from long years been associated with TSMU, and students are lovely, and very, very good results from TSMU always. And we wish you a bright future ahead. God bless you, and wishing you more success and more laurels in life. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice one, Varshah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.